so much for coming this evening. Particularly, thank you to you, Inventors, the CEO of Fortnum's, who has really sponsored tonight, and also to Sam Sharon Padrino, who has given some cocktails. So, my name's Laura King. My husband, John King, sadly passed away from a brain tumour in 2016. We set up the charity as a legacy to him, to try and help others to really cope with this fatal, dreadful disease. And really a disease that receives so little funding. I think is it Tim, about 2% of government funding, and so it's really tough and very difficult when you're in that situation of coping with a brain tumour. The foundation aims to raise much needed funds to support the advancement of treatment and research into brain tumours, supporting the neurosurgical teams at St George's Hospital in Tooting, where John was very well cared for, and Tim is lead neurosurgeon. Oh, you know. I'm promoting them. It's okay. In the last 2 years, we've raised more than 240,000. We're a tiny charity, I mean very, very tiny. We have virtually no administration costs, so the great thing about the charity is that everything we spend, we know exactly where it's going, and with Tim's guidance, you know where it's needed, and it's needed in many, many areas. In February, we purchased, and I'm going to mispronounce this, a state-of-the-art Zeiss Pantero 900, sorry. I've done it again and upgraded it. 900 surgical microscope to replace one that was 15 years old. The equipment that St George's were using, when we first had the conversation about what can we do and how can we help, Tim said, Laura, we're using equipment that is 15 years old, and that's very tough. Very tough. It could only be used with certain tumours. It's the only one I think that is used with those tumours. So it's now made a massive difference, and I understand from Tim that in 4 theatres at St George's, they're all fighting to get their hands on this bit of kit, which he's going to tell you about. So, also with Tony Woods, who owns Garden Club London, we support and maintain the roof garden, and actually they're here tonight. And it was really Henry's garden, and we took it over, and it's now a fantastic haven for patients. So when you've been treated, it's quite tough if you're just on a ward, so it's lovely to be able to go somewhere that is so beautiful. Going forward, we want to purchase more equipment, which is currently not available on the NHS, both for paediatric and adult neurosurgery. I wanted to end the introduction just by telling you about my hairdresser sister-in-law. Emily, who was married 2 weeks ago, was 31 and had 4 children, ranging from 11 to 2, and she died yesterday with a brain tumour. So I'm going to get quite emotional about that. But and it is so tragic that when you're in the situation, it is, I think, the biggest cancer killer in young people, and it is anything we can do. I think as a charity, we're on a mission to help in any way we can, and also I think because that would mean John, who was a really super chap, didn't die in vain. You know, that we've done something to make a difference in his name. Looking at Andrew standing over there, I must just say, we have an amazing board of trustees, and I wanted to thank them all as well, because they're very supportive and they really help with what we're trying to achieve. So I'm now going to pass you over to our patron, the celebrated neurosurgeon Henry Marsh, CBE, who was the senior neurosurgeon at St George's for many years, and I think actually probably only within the last few weeks has stopped working at St George's, but is still operating. And he said actually earlier he was operating in Albania last week. he was the pioneer of awake brain surgery for brain tumours, and in fact that was a surgery that my husband had. And what was interesting about John, which I think you will remember, we had a conversation when he came out of theatre, because John fell asleep actually when he was supposed to be awake. And I remember Tim saying, I wish you'd been there, Laura, because perhaps you could have kept him awake, because it was really tough. But Henry pioneered that type of surgery. He's been the subject of 2 award-winning BBC documentaries, the author of 2 worldwide best-selling books, which are considered to be by some the best medical memoirs yet written, and an alumni of Desert Island Discs. And he's a great chap. So, Henry, thank you very much.